So I wanted to talk about how I did the level design and the world alchemy for this neighborhood. First step in building this neighborhood was going into Google Maps, and I went into a neighborhood called Kensington Market. I took note of windows and architectures being used. I took the various assets that I found in Kensington Market and started to recreate them in 3D. Once I had my different assets made from Kensington Market, it was time to build a home. I used grid positioning and modular assets to construct the homes. And then once the home was finished, it looks like this. Once I built out the first home, I used a technique called DMP, duplicate, modify, populate. The way that it works is that your first step, make your first home. Then you duplicate the first home, and then you have to make some modifications to the home. You change the colors of the home, you change the layout of the furniture. Once you duplicate and modify your first home, you have to repeat this process until you have about 7 homes. Then you do a technique called the populate method. The populate method is where you take your 7 homes that you built, and then you basically just place them around the neighborhood. The last step was using World Alchemy to give the game a soul. I did this by adding an old style television. And then I went ahead and put Arthur reruns on the TV. Added in a Super Nintendo. Added in a board game of Monopoly that's playing itself. The reason why these 3 elements give the world soul is because it makes the player ask questions like, why are there Arthur reruns? Why is the Monopoly board dancing around? Like, is this part of the world? Like, is it a supernatural event? Like, board games don't just play themselves.
Every day.